I have the pleasure today of speaking with John Williams, and I want to talk with him about love of people and then the creation of Blue Monday Mission. We're going to talk a little bit if we have time, because I don't know, I may have to have you back another time again, because you're so full of stuff. So executive director of Upper Lafayette and economic development, and so many good things going on in our community. And that's why I wanted to have you in today, suggested by one of our friends down the hall, Bruce. And all right, so tell me, you're president of Love of People. So when did all that start? Tell me all about it.
So I'm the president, and my dad is actually the original founder of Love of People. He started Love of People in 1993. And as far back as I can remember, I watched my dad just, give back. He was a pharmacist, and he owned a grocery store in Grand Coteau. So, I mean, everybody had a charge book a mile long that he would just, bless people.
That's nice.
One of the funny, so I grew up serving. It was a natural part of life. And one of the funniest stories I tell is about my dad and my wife now, Catherine. We've been together for 19 years. So 20 years now, I think. So, I was 6'2", 260 when I was in the sixth grade. So
in the sixth grade,
I was just a big boy. So my dad would always have me dress up as Santa Claus every year.
Oh, how sweet.
And, but, so I get to high school and I'm still being Santa every year. A little embarrassed at times, but it didn't really matter. And then my freshman year in college, I meet my wife. And so I tell my dad, I'm like, Dad, I'm trying to be cool. I'm like, Dad, I don't think I'm going to dress up as Santa Claus this year. And he says, all right, son. So then, Christmas comes around. I walk into my girlfriend at the time. I walk into her apartment, and she has a Mrs. Claus outfit sitting on the bed. And she's like, hey, your dad asked me to play Mrs. Claus. So
I love your dad.
You know what I mean?
Smooth operator, man.
And like in that moment, that's when I really surrendered. I'm like, all right, my dad was telling me something, when you call to serve, you're just gonna serve.
Yeah.
One way or the other. And when he did that, I thought it was so creative, and I'm like, come on. So, every year we still do a community Christmas gumbo in Grand Coteau Sunset. We just create environments so the community can come together and just, non-judgmental.
Right.
Just here being together. And that's a community project that my dad started doing since, the 90s.
You guys it's part of who you are.
Yes.
So are your brothers and sisters like that too?
Not at all, man. I'm the black sheep of my family. I hope they don't hear that. Truthfully, my brother and my sister, I just, my brother was my male role model growing up. He was just the picture of hard work, work ethic. This boy just always worked. And my sister was always amazing. She was a very intelligent woman. That's another thing, just having the women that I had in my life to serve as examples, my sister and my mom, I don't say that a woman can raise a man, I don't say it like that. But what I do say is that my mom and my sister were such strong women that it inspired me to be the best man I'm capable of being.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from them every day. But my brother and my sister, they kept their noses in the books. I kind of kept my nose outside of the books. But I had a good balance, I still had to bring home A's and B's. They let one C go. One C, they let that go. But I just was out there all the time, and now I tease my dad. I said, Dad, you see, you used to always fuss at me about socializing.
Now you're everywhere.
Yeah, and it worked. But I'm a little bit different from them. But we're all the same one, and we've gotten closer. My mom has passed away a few years ago, and that definitely brought my brother and my sister and I together.
Yeah,
I can't wait until our community can see the three of us work together. That's gonna be a blessing for sure.
Absolutely. So, how did Blue Monday Mission come out of Love of People?
So it was Sammy Parbu and Sean Bruce. Sammy, he works with Festival International. He's a big time musician supporter. Really does a great job with all of them. And Sean Bruce, he's a musician as well. And Sammy was very familiar with my private company and what we do. And so he knew my skill set.
Yeah.
And one day I go to Gus Resende, my father-in-law. He says, John, you know what? You need to open up a blues club. He says, there's nowhere in Lafayette for an older person to go
and just enjoy
a good show, an early show.
Yes.
Feel welcome, feel safe. He said, there's nowhere for us to go. He said, you should start a blues night. He said, I'll come and DJ, play some blues music, and we just sell fried catfish sandwiches. So I go, and my father-in-law was retired, veteran, Navy vet, and postal worker. He lived in California, but he's from here. So I go to Gus Resende, and I tell Gus, I said, I want to start this blues night for older people so they feel comfortable, somewhere to go. He says, John, if you're gonna do that, go talk to Sammy. So I go to Sammy's house. We're having gumbo, and I brought it up to him. And he was like, man, that sounds awesome, bro. But he says, if you're going to do a blues night, you need to do it with a purpose.
Yeah.
And Sammy and Sean were the two that educated me on the needs of elder musicians.
Yeah.
Musicians don't have 401ks.
Yeah.
They don't have retirement plans.
That's right.
They play 90% pretty much cash.
Yeah.
And then they have families that they have to help.
That's right.
So they're getting paid all this cash or, a moderate amount of cash. There is no opportunity for savings. These are the people that created our culture.
That's right.
It's our food and music.
That's right.
That makes Acadiana what it is. So they created this culture, and when they get older and can't gig anymore, how do they pay bills?
Yep.
How do they even live day to day? And once again, when a lot of these musicians, like especially the ones that have made it to that status, like Carol Fran, Warren Storm, a lot of these older musicians, when they get there, they have generations of family to take care of, to make them comfortable. Because for them, they're living the life. They get to travel. They got people screaming their names. They make money. Then, of course, yes, they want to give back to their families. But when they get older and age out, out is a little harsh. But
I see what you're saying though. But I mean, it's a real struggle.
Yeah, they can't travel to Japan and go make money anymore.
That's right.
And that's what the heart of this Blue Monday mission is. I'm tired of seeing our most valuable resource having to leave our community in order to be sustainable.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
It does not.
It absolutely does not make sense.
It does not.
So did you do so when it first started, I mean, did you really do everything yourself?
Yeah. The musicians that always come every month. We have a concert series every second Monday of the month. 3 years ago we started at Jefferson Street Pub downtown. And for the last year, Johnny Blanchard Rock and Bowl has opened his doors. So we do our concert series there. In the beginning, yes, I cook the Blue Plate Special every month, every second Monday. It's kind of my one day a month where I just kind of go in the kitchen and just
get to hang out there
with myself. It's great. Me and Miss Cindy. So I did a lot on my own, but the only reason why people know about it is because of all these musicians that would come, and they still come religiously. And they come just to support the mission.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, in 30 years, they may or may not be in the same boat.
That's right. That's right.
So they know it's for them. So these musicians keep coming. And then we have, of course, the people who come, Mr. Kearney. Mr. Kearney and his wife and Mr. EJ. I think they come every month for like the last 3 years.
That's great, though, huh?
So we have these people that, come and they're really engaged. That's what really makes it work. Me cooking in the back or trying to promote it as best as possible, In our 4th year now, I have people like you helping me with that.
I love the mission. I think
it
it's
takes a lot
wonderful.
off my plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you able to provide to some of the musicians? What are some of the things you can, or that you guys have helped with or try to help with?
So we call it life care services. Those are the small things in life. You know, a lot of times, you know, it's the small things that can really do a lot for your psyche. You know?
Isn't it true?
Yeah,
Gosh,
just the small things. And then we're a small organization, so it's not like I can come and build your house. You know?
Right.
I mean, one day I pray,
Right.
you know, that'd be amazing. I do want to do musician living spaces. But,
Right.
So we come in life care services. We'll do a basic assessment. As you age, it becomes harder to do daily tasks.
Yeah.
You know, so we've provided home cleanings, direct bill pay systems. You know, sometimes, you know, your government check doesn't, you know, buy you groceries.
That's
we'll
right.
go and do grocery shopping for you. We'll even do medical assessments. You know, if you have high blood pressure, we'll do meal planning to offset that. Zach McMath with Food Hub, they've done so much in providing fresh vegetables. I mean, he even brought me like 20 vacuum sealed rabbits.
Wow.
You know, I mean,
that's so
you
great.
know, it's just so many different examples of the community coming together to provide these services.
You know, this is the way that is just this is so at the essence of everything we are, right? I mean, it's who we are. You know, if I have something and I can help somebody, then I do it. And this is, I think, amazing that this is able to be done because, you know, that's the thing. You know, maybe you just can't clean your house.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you get a little bit older. Things don't move the same way anymore.
No. My house is dirty right now.
Mine is too.
Yeah. And that's the cool part of the system. You know, I believe that retired people are one of the most underutilized resources in today's world.
I would have to agree with you 100%.
You know, these retired people are retired teachers, doctors, lawyers. They have work ethic. Yeah. They have compassion, and they're looking for a sense of purpose.
That's right.
So we actually have a dynamic volunteer system at loveofpeople.org.
Okay, loveofpeople.org. That's where we can go to and check it out.
You can donate, volunteer. So you can we engage those retired people. Miss Cindy Brasso is a perfect example. Miss Cindy every month. I don't even have to call Miss Cindy. I know 10 a.m. she will be with me in that kitchen, helping me cook the Blue Plate Special. Wow. And she looks forward to that every month. I know that if I need somebody to go visit Miss Carol Fran and bring her a link of boudin, I can pick up the phone and call Miss Cindy. Wow. And Miss Cindy will go bring her a link of boudin. You know, and look at what it does for the people involved in that. Yeah. You know, it's not just a link of boudin. You know, it's compassion.
Yeah. It's your faith in action.
Yes, you get to live it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we are talking with John Williams, and we're talking about Love of People, Blue Monday Mission, just all kinds of wonderful things. And we're going to continue our conversation with more about all of this on the way. And if you want to check out all about Love of People, just go to loveofpeople.org. And if you're listening to this, you probably have a skill set and you can volunteer and help.